This is Carl, the producer of Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant on XFM 104.9. We're playing out some of the best bits. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's another one.
And now it's Carl's bit. It's the re-education of Carl. He's like Liza Doolittle. And now he's coming, or Lawnmower Man, if you've seen that film. More like Lawnmower Man, if you've seen the film. You know what I mean. And his homework was to just study quotes, really, on happiness and stuff, and general well-being. He's not a big happiness quote fan, are you, Carl?
Not really.
So what have you done? You've come up with something, haven't you?
Right, yeah, I told you, right? Because a lot of these are just things you say every day. They're nothing special. So what I'm doing...
Well, you say them every day.
Well, the sort of things you come out with and you don't even think about it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're on the TV all the time. People on the radio are saying these sort of little quotes.
Sure.
And, what I've done is, remember that programme on Channel 4, Faking It?
Yeah.
Where they got some, like, posh kid to be on a door and all that. What I've done, I've,
Imagine if that was the pitch for the show. Dear Channel 4. Just gonna get a posh kid on a door or something?
Yeah,
Yours sincerely, Carl.
come in. Yeah.
TV producer.
Yeah, go on.
So, what I've done, this little book of quotes, happiness quotes, I've picked two that are real.
Okay.
And I've made one up. Right?
And we've got a guess.
And you've got to guess.
Okay, then, go on.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick, why don't we, when we've heard them, we won't confer.
No.
You'll write down yours, A, B, or C, and I'll write down mine, and we'll see how it
Okay,
works.
Carl, off you go.
Right, and just because I'm looking at this book, it doesn't mean I'm actually reading.
No, I know,
Don't worry, we're clever.
No, we know, we can't see yet.
Like, call my bluff.
Yeah, go on then.
Nothing is worth more than this day.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Alright.
Yeah.
The way I see it...
Oh God, my head's gonna burst.
No, hang on.
My head's gonna burst.
No,
Hang on.
this might not be Carl's.
It might not be.
How do you know I haven't tweaked them a little bit?
Yeah, good
Okay,
point.
fair
Good
enough.
point. No, good point.
The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright?
Alright, yeah.
Okay, no. It's not here.
Come on.
Cat food.
Cat food, come on.
It stinks a bit. But, if you don't put up with the smell, the little kitten will die.
Steve, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Imagine this in faking it. Imagine their faces when he says that, and they're going, "Oh my God." Oh. Carl, play a song, mate.
We'll have to confer on this one.
Go on in.
Right. First one. Nothing is worth more than this day.
Excellent. Next one.
What does that mean?
Well, cherish now, cherish your time.
Okay.
Because you can't get it back, and, you know...
That's the way I saw it.
Carpe diem, whatever it is, seize the day and all that.
Okay. If you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, rough with the smooth. You know, it's not all plain sailing, but, you know, rainbow's beautiful, but it comes because of the rain, which you might not like, so make the most of everything, and, good.
Cat food doesn't smell good, but if you don't put up with it, then the little kitten will die.
Right, now, Carl, that is a good effort. Now, that one's yours. I mean, obviously, right? Right, no, but it's a good effort, right?
I mean, it slipped seamlessly into the others.
Yeah.
I don't think it didn't.
No, but it's good. I mean, we knew it was that one, but, what I will say is, it's good, but what you don't know, maybe subconsciously, is, I mean, it's very similar to, the putting up with the rain and the rainbow, but that's good.
Why do you think that?
Well...
What does mine mean?
Well, even though it smells bad, it's good for something.
Right, so I didn't look at it like that.
What do you look at?
I kind of thought...
Was yours more specifically about cat food, generally? Because, you know, normally it's an analogy.
Yeah, or a metaphor for something, you know.
Well, no, the way
I mean, Dolly Parton, who I think did the rain thing, she wasn't specifically concerned about weather conditions.
No.
It was a sort of general idea.
It's all about life.
Yeah, well, that's what I've done.
Go on.
I've used an everyday thing.
Yeah.
And put it with today's problems, right?
Go on.
So, like, my girlfriend, she might like to go shopping for clothes. I hate it.
Right.
But because I love her, I put up with it.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, you love that little kitten, you can't stand the smell of the stuff you got to feed it, but because you love it, you go, well, you know, I'll pull with this just for a few minutes, and then I can, like, squeeze its head later and give it a little...
Sorry!
Squeeze its little head.
Yeah, well, that's just the thing that I do with cats.
Put it in a bag and drown it in a lake.
I can feed it and then I can throw it against the wall.
Exactly.
So you didn't see it like that, did you?
No, that's very good. So it's about love, is it? It's about putting up with the bad things for something you love.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
But Carl, you seem now to be convinced and rather smug that you've tricked us and that you've fooled us and that we didn't understand it. Well, I say that's your fault, not ours.
No, it's not, though. I mean, look, that man in Forrest Gump, he was a bit of a nutter. And he came up with the life is a box of chocolates thing.
Yeah.
Now, if that was in this book, you say, oh yeah, brilliant, you know, good bit of work. But if he was sat here doing the show with you, you'd be taking the mickey out of him.
Sometimes I feel he is.
No, but, Carl, I could, in fact, if people are out there, we're too lazy, could you write down everything Carl's ever said? Because I think we could publish that.
Yeah.
He said one today, he saw my, salamander, it's not a euphemism, he saw my salamander and it's just sitting there in the tank.
Your exotic pet.
Yeah, and he's worried about there not being a lid on, and he said, I went, what are we worried about? He said, wow. He said it sits there for 24 hours a day, obviously planning to get out.
Well, he's got nothing else on its mind, and it's, the daft thing is, he has actually got the lid ripped up a little bit. And he'll be looking up there, and it's going to get out.
But what's the worst that could happen?
What's it thinking? What do you think it's thinking, this salamander?
It's got its eye on the DVD player. I can have Ian be down the market.
Class. Rock the Casbah.
I love the fact you had at least 3 minutes to get that right.
I know.
Prepare and get that right.
I know, but my mouth was full of Maryland cookies. Yeah. You know, last week, this would blow your mind. He came in, do you know what he bought for himself? About 10 penguins. Who buys penguins still?
No. Or wagon wheels.
Oh, I've never liked wagon wheels.
You've not been a fan?
No, but I was sorry about that. It's The Clash and Rock the Casbah. Talking about records, have I told you that time my brother-in-law, he was moving out of his place, and I think moving in with my sister, and I was about, like, I don't know, 13, and so he was about, 30, and I moved in, and he brought round all, his records when he was storage to leave them at our house, right? And he had all these old sort of records, 50s and 60s records, and they put them upstairs, and I was looking through them, and it's just all like Elvis stuff and Beatles stuff, and there was a mate of mine who loved Elvis, okay, and he had loads of chemicals. Yeah, he had loads of chemicals, and I was into chemistry, and he said, "Let's swap me some chemicals for them." So I sort of nicked about 5 Elvis singles, and I got all these chemicals, and then the guilt just hit me. I just thought, well, he's going to notice that. And one night, I just came downstairs, and I confessed to my mum, and she went, alright, well, I won't tell him, but you've got to be good. And it's sort of like, I was just really, really good for a year. And then I remember, when I was about 18, my brother was talking about it, and he said, did you ever, play those records I left for you?
Brilliant.
He told my mum, he said, these are for Ricky. She just didn't tell me.
She was sharp, wasn't she?
She used opportunism there.
Oh, that's genius.
And, that was it. That's why I was good.
But you've never stolen anything since, have you?
No, I don't.
Except that spate of shoplifting after that to teach your mum a lesson.
yeah. Well, I went round, and arson. No, I did. I just couldn't believe it. It was terrible.
I remember, I think all kids go through a phase of shoplifting.
Well,
when I was going through it, I used to just little things, just like magic markers and magazines, Mars bars, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And one day, right, my mate Anthony, his mum called up my mum and said, I've got to meet up with you. I've got to have a word with you. And she said, what about? She said, I don't want to talk about it over the phone. So she goes, oh right, well, yeah, come round tonight then. So anyway, my mum sees me, she don't want to be in an awkward position and, like, be a bit embarrassed and what have you, so she sees me and she goes, right, Anthony's mum's coming round, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
So I go, oh God, I said, I've been nicking stuff. So she goes, like what? So, not big stuff, I've had a few calculators and Mars bars and stuff.
How many? I'll just work it out. Hold on. Works out at 7.2 per day.
So,
How many calculators do you need?
so it was when that phase.
You failed maths, didn't you?
Everyone wanted a calculator. It was like a trendy thing, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, in Manchester a couple of years ago. Yeah.
So, so anyway, so I told her all this, and I confessed to like.
Computers will make it there one day.
I confessed to
There's magic in the back of battery. Go on.
confessed to nicking all this stuff. She comes round. She only wanted to borrow some money.
Brilliant.
She said, "Oh, I don't like asking. I was a bit embarrassed to ask you over the phone, but can I borrow 20 quid?"
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's me. Bloody,
That's great.
I did similar sort of thing to yours.
And did you?
And he went, hold on, I'm going to work out the interest on that. I bank 10%. She'll owe you £4.40. Oh, dear.
So your mum was a loan shark.
yeah.
And did she mention
She
that
went,
you did stuff with that other? Because what I'm saying is, presumably you got your mate in trouble.
No.
Right, you didn't.
That's great.
Anyway, should we have some more music? Because we've been waiting for
What are you going to play, Carl?
We've got the Cooper Temple Clause.
Oh,
lined up.
brilliant.
So you're talking to your cat, Rick. Is it answering back much? How are the conversations going with your cat?
Well, I have more intelligent conversations with my cat than I do with him.
Yeah, here's one, right? When my gran died, right, she had this rubbish dog, right, and that's all we got left. It was called Fluffy, and like my gran looked after it in a way that it was treated like a human. Do you know what I mean? Had a little coat on when it went out and all that. Anyway, so she died. We get left it. My dad's like, oh, bloody hell, right? Before you know it, it was a wreck. Because we weren't sort of bathing it the way she bathed it. We let it out if it wanted to go out. It got covered in oil. It used to go under the car and everything. So it went from looking like this fluffy, poodle to just being a bit of a wreck. It got hit by a car, it ran sideways like a crab and all that.
In the course of how long? A month?
Probably about two months or something.
Yeah.
Now, so it went from being over-treated to just being treated like a dog.
Yeah. But a dog isn't, is not a indigenous species anywhere. We sort of bred those from,
But change
jackals
it. All I'm
and
saying
wolves.
is change it. Take away the dog thing. I mean, that lizard thing you've got,
Salamander.
it's still sort of treated as part of the family, even though it
Well,
does
it's not.
nothing.
How is it treated as part of the family?
Just the way, it's looked after, that big area that it's got to
We
itself.
stick it in a case and feed it a cricket now and again.
it-
How is that like one of the
It
family?
doesn't matter because it's in your flat.
It is in Carl's family.
It's in your flat, innit? And it's sat in that corner. I just mean, as time goes on,
Yeah.
things get educated as they get older. How old's that lizard?
You don't.
How old is it?
About 15 years old.
Right. Now, it knows more now than it did when you got it because it's been in those surroundings. It's had its eye on things.
It's 15, so presumably it listens to a lot of Linkin Park, goes on the internet a lot.
No, but do you know what I mean? You've already proved your point. It's like that fella who kept hitting the dog on the head with a stick.
Right.
I think-
Pavlov, at no point did he hit a dog on the head with a stick.
But he kept doing it, and eventually the dog went, I'm sick of this, and wandered off, didn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Do you know what I'd like to do? A programme where you you paraphrase someone's theory. So Pavlov's first. We could do Freud. Give us, what do you know about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis? Right, come on in.
I don't know anything on him.
Here's an interesting fact. If the frog annoyed you, this might annoy you. A blind chameleon will still change colour to match its surroundings. You're aware that the chameleon can...
Yeah, whatever it sits on.
Yeah.
But then what happens when you put one of them on a mirror? No, does it get stressed out, or what? What's it copying?
Well, it probably doesn't need to copy anything because it looks at itself and it goes, oh, look, looks like that. It's brilliant. God, that was fast. That's the fastest I've ever done that. That is brilliant.
So they can go any colour, there's nothing, you can put them on anything, and they'll go to the thing.
I don't want you to have a chameleon because you'd just be trying to see what it could and couldn't
Try and
do.
catch it out.
I know, yeah.
Pop it on some tartan.
But again, say like the frog thing, right?
Pop it on the telly.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it fast enough.
Why does the chameleon need that skill of copying a colour? Because at the end of the day, that's mainly sticking in the woods, isn't it? By trees, by grass.
Right.
Why can't it just stay green? That's all it needs. Those colour changes are only for camouflage, aren't they?
I don't know. Some of them are for attraction, some of them to show moods, anger.
No, I just think we're encouraging them. You see, maybe this is evolution or whatever, but at the end of the day, because they can change colour, they're wandering out of their area. they can be wandering about, you know, through a car park and everything, just because they'll go, well, I don't want to get seen, change the colour of concrete. Whereas,
Or into the colour of a Fiat Punto.
but they should just stay green. Stay green, right? Stay in the woods and stay safe.
I love this public information for chameleons.
Words of advice for chameleons.
Oh God.
Stay green, stay in the woods, stay safe, good night.
Oh God. Right. The only time a turkey whistles is when it panics.
Christmas time then.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Carl?
It goes from one extreme to another, doesn't it? You've got a frog who's going mental,
It's not going mental.
killing thousands of people.
No, that's not.
That's got that sort of power. Then you've got a turkey who's whistling for help.
You think that you should redress the balance a little bit? You want to give... What would you do? Give the frog the ability to kill 500 and the turkey 500?
I don't think it should be killing. I reckon 10. 10 because
You've made your point with 10, haven't you?
Do you think that he's got 1,000 in his lifetime, like he's got 1,000 to kill? I don't think you understand.
I just
He
think
doesn't really kill 1,000 people. It doesn't mean someone goes, Frog, you have the power to kill 1,000 people in your lifetime.
Choose them wisely.
But I just think if it needs that sort of power,
It should be fighting evil.
well, it's not. it's knocking about the wrong area, isn't it? If it's under that much danger, move. I was thinking the other day about, you know, your body and everything, because it is amazing, isn't it? How it works.
Oh, yeah.
Does the brain control you, or are you controlling the brain? I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
Nor do I,
There's a surprise.
Nor do I,
No, do you know what I mean, though, by that?
Does the brain control you, or do
Well,
you
when
control the brain?
like, don't you ever sort of think sometimes? Say if you're making,
But
'cause
you
I
are
was
the
making,
brain.
No, but I was making a shopping list, right? Going right, I need some rice, kidney beans, and I thought I had everything, and I sort of was rolling up the paper, and then something went, oh, an onion.
Your brain did
Something went an onion. Was it
No,
Suzanne?
well, my brain sort of went, you forgot something.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd forgot. I was
No,
putting
you
that-
are your brain.
No, but don't you understand? My brain was in. I was in control of my brain when I was writing down rice and kidney beans.
But you're not in charge of the onion. That's another part of the brain that's in charge of the onion.
The onion sector.
Yeah.
No, but I put the paper away, putting my coat on, ready to go and get the rice.
Yes, but your onion lobe kicked in.
What, so you put the paper in your pocket, you got the coat on, then you just suddenly hear
Then
from
it
nowhere,
was just like it was
onion.
like, yeah, I'm not even thinking about that shopping list. It's in my pocket. I'm thinking, do I need my gloves? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, onion, and it was like, oh yeah, onion. Yeah, I had to get the paper out. So
had
what
to
I'm
write that
saying
down.
is,
But
who's
what?
in charge?
The brain, the mind, the brain is the... What are you doing?
But
Who's in
that's
charge?
just, you forgot the onion, then you remembered the onion. You must have forgotten things in the past.
No, but not like that. Not where, like, it just made me think that was weird. Who reminded me of that?
You did.
Yeah, but I'm not.
No, you are your brain. It's not like there's you, then there's a brain, then there's an extra one looking down at it. Oh, the meta brain, the thing above it.
No, but your brain. How does your brain work? You give it information, don't you?
Well, it takes.
Do you mean you give it information?
Well,
if I sat in a room with nothing, not feeding it anything, it wouldn't know anything.
No, but there's this thing
But
that there's
then-
two yous. It's this thing that there's
There's
this,
Carl and Carl's brain.
Yeah, there's not a duality in this. If you go, come on, now think. That's the brain saying that to itself. It's not. There's not two people in there having an argument. Come on, brain. And the brain's going, oh, don't you start, I was thinking then. And the other thing's going, brain, onion. And the brain goes, Carl, onion. You are your brain. If you are anything, you are your mind, your brain, your collection of memories, your personality. You're not what you look like. Does that answer your question, Carl? What did you think of then? You were thinking of a tortoise on a skateboard then when I did that last sentence, weren't you?
You know, whilst you've been working on that, I've been travelling about a bit. Went to Dorset, right? Nice beach there. And you know those huts you get? Like a hut on the beach, and
Where you get changed?
you can get changed in it, but they're better than that. It's like you can put a telly in it, sofa if you want.
Oh, you don't mean the Victorian changing hut?
Yeah,
You mean
those sort
like...
of things. It's sort of bigger than that.
Yeah.
And We were walking down there, and there was a really sort of big fat family in one of them. There was about 4 of them, and you could tell that they'd never had a game of anything. Do you know what I mean? They just sit down there, eating ice cream, looking at the sea and what have you. And the weird thing is, the little fat kid, the youngest one, who must have been, I don't know, about 8, he was really fat to the point of you couldn't see his neck.
Yeah.
And he sat at the front of his mum and dad and his older sister. He sat there, and he had a frisbee, and I thought, look, they don't want to play with him. I mean, that's an active game to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frisbee. As we got closer, he was just using it to eat Maltesers out of. I just thought, even, again, you know, the one active thing he's got, he's using it to eat out of.
Yeah. Extraordinary.
And that just sums up what people are like now when it comes to keeping fit and activities.
Oh, that's fantastic. One thing I've noticed, that because I occasionally go to the gym, and you know those guys who work out constantly to give themselves extraordinary physiques. Just they're on the trip, they're on the weights, and they're really. And I notice in the summer particularly, those guys cannot wait to get their shirts off.
Yeah.
Everywhere you see, they're walking around. If they've got a good torso, they are walking shirts off. Even I think if you go to nightclubs, I notice there's always one guy who's thinking, well, I have put so much work into this body, I have got to get my shirt off on the dance floor.
A vest, yeah.
You know, and it
It's
comes straight
a
off.
brand new tattoo. I'm not covering that up.
Exactly.
I've paid a lot for it. Let's see it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what we were saying about bodies. I can't remember why we were talking about it. We've got to a point in science now that you can change your head. Right?
No, well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
It was a program on. It was done in the 50s or 60s where they stuck a monkey's brain on a stick and had it wired up and it still worked. Right.
Right. Okay.
And that was in like the 60s or
right.
whatever.
Okay. Well,
So-
to say to change your head makes no sense at all. Because if you put a different head on a different body, you're changing the body.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm about to say to you, though.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That I'd be more confident if I had someone else's body, because if anyone dissed it, I can go, no, it's bad, innit? But it's
What
not
are you
mine.
talking about?
Well, it's like, say,
As opposed to someone else's head?
yeah. Well,
What,
it
you'd
wouldn't be
ra-
me, would it? The head is me.
Well, of course it is. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
So
the
what do you
head's
mean?
me.
You'd be happier having someone else's body? What, than your own?
What I mean is, say if you're wandering about, for some reason, there's an incident. You have to take your top off and that, and everyone's looking at you, right? And you're a bit sort of, you know, you haven't got the muscles and that, you haven't got the 6-pack,
Right.
which isn't that nice anyway. I don't know why that's become a nice thing, really, seeing the insides of you. You might as well. I mean, I know I came up with the see-through skin idea, but it's a bit weird, isn't it? You can see stuff.
No, it's the muscle in front of the...
No, it's not.
It
Sometimes
is.
you can
It's
see
not the-
It's
like,
not the
tubes.
outline of your
No, you
organs.
can't see tubes.
You can see tubes and veins and stuff.
Well, you can see veins.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see that. That's why we've got skin over it.
It's going well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm looking forward to Pop Idol.
Pop Idol, I've not been watching it.
You're joking?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened really. I've lost interest.
Oh, well, it is like most things, like the preliminary rounds.
Always
that's
much more
when
exciting.
all the real freaks and no-hopers, you know. But sometimes I watch those sort of things and I sort of laugh and I think, oh dear, I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's not just rubbish, he's verging on the mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? So there's people that go along and you want to go, who told you to go along? What were you thinking? Right?
Well, it's the fact that there was no one to stop them going. That's what's even more terrifying.
Yeah, I know. And Simon Cowell's good.
He's great value,
He's
yeah.
amazing. Foxy, I like Foxy now.
I know, I've warmed to
He's come round, Dr. Fox. He's a lovely little shiny tree trunk.
Now, often I notice he's not always there week in, week in. Is that because he's off doing medical operations?
He's got his practice still.
He's got the practice. He's got to maintain that.
Yeah, and you know, is on
Isn't it the big ones tonight? I mean, when I say the big ones,
Capital Radio. He's still on Capital Radio.
Yeah.
That he's got to do. So you know,
isn't it some of the big names though? It's Darius Dinesh tonight.
It's Darius and the Fat Boy.
And the Fat Guy,
The big
yeah.
thing that makes you.
No, I noticed in the Sun today is saying vote for me because of my musical talent, not because I'm huge and you feel sorry for me.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think that's right. But he has got a great.
Darius, I noticed, he shaved his beard off.
He looks. He's a new man.
He looks slightly laughable though. He's got quite a weak chin.
He's having a laugh.
Well,
he's dissing Darius. For
I'm
his
not
looks.
claiming to be a pop star.
Well.
Oh, can you feel the love in the room?
Yeah, let's have a little song. No, but I'm looking forward to it. My favourite all the way through has been the little fella with the stutter. I'd like Darius to get. You know,
Yeah, I think it's almost certain he's going to win. I don't think
I
there's any
think so.
excitement
Or
there.
that Welsh girl who was very good.
Oh, yeah.
The one that made Pete Waterman cry.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
She was good though, wasn't she?
Yeah,
was good,
they're
yeah.
great. They're really good. But you know, it'd be nice to see Fatty get some
He's too
recognition.
long. I mean, he's just a weird shape, though. It turns my stomach, and I'm one to talk.
Steady on.
No, I know.
It's just, you know,
He's just doing his job.
it's, you know, glandular.
Yeah.
It's not, it's greed. But, you know, he's got a good voice, and why not? We've
Good
had,
luck to him.
We've had Demis Roussos in the charts.
Yeah.
Alison Moyet.
There's not been a fatty for a while, has there, who's been a big star? I mean, Moyet may well have been the last one.
Jerry Watts, she sorted herself out after becoming famous. She was pretty big, wasn't she?
Who?
Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
wasn't.
never a bloater. Have you seen this bloke off Pop Idols?
Yeah.
It's like he's got 3 Jerry Halliwell strapped to his waist and then wearing a big coat over the top.
To smuggle them in.
Yeah, exactly.
To a no Halliwell zone.
I reckon I'll tell you what he's going to do. I reckon he's going to take it off, and it's just a big fat outfit, and it was like to prove, you know, the prejudice of the world.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
Hey?
And how come that little fella with the stutter doesn't stutter when he's singing? Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
I noticed that's cleaned up, actually.
I
noticed
bet
that's
she's
cleared
not
up, hasn't
even Welsh.
it? Exactly.
Steve.
And apparently Darius is not a knob.
Dandy Warhols on XFM 104.9. About 20 past 2. The Ricky Gervais Show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's still here.
The Christmas ads have come on, I noticed. They're on now. And I noticed, I was watching telly last night, and do you think that the advertising executive for Cadbury's Roses chocolates just comes in once a year and they go, what you got this year? And he goes, what about some workmen and some old ladies singing thank you very much, thank you very, very much,
Yeah.
just shot in a street somewhere? Yeah, that'd be fine. It worked last year.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's been going like since I can remember. I've never seen another advert for Cadbury's Roses except that.
Exactly. Well, there's certain things that conjure up Christmas, like you got your turkey and all that, and
Yeah.
you got your roses.
Yeah, Woolworths.
Woolworths. Yeah, you got Woolworths.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Pizza.
Pizza, Woolworths. Drink driving. Oh dear. God, sorry, I forgot what I went in for.
What were we doing? We
Oh,
were
right.
doing something. Be careful. There's a lot of money involved here,
Yeah.
Steve.
No, you can't say.
Don't stitch me up.
I was reading the paper this week that Charlotte Church,
Yeah.
you know, little kind of singing sensation, she's been slagging off the firemen who've been salvaging people and wreckage
she
and
hasn't
stuff.
been slagging them off.
Well,
Be
apparently,
careful.
no,
What
but I
did she
saw on the
actually
news.
say?
I saw on the news that she's apparently, and she claimed that she'd been misinterpreted.
Right.
But the Channel 5 News thought this was a big enough story to say that Charlotte Church had been saying that the September 11th tragedy had been blown out of proportion.
Right. That's
she's-
different to slagging off the firemen.
No, but that's what they said. They said that she felt that they were being hailed as kind of heroes and they were just doing their job.
Right. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
a little bit stupid to say anyway. A little bit insensitive and yeah.
But it's sort of because it's like, did you read about?
Why do you care? Why does anyone care
But who's
what she
asked her?
thinks about September 11th
Yeah.
anyway? It's the same as those things like during a presidential election or when I'm elections. It's these things they picture. Billy Piper says, "I've always voted Labour."
I know.
Who's going to go? Oh, hold on. H from Steps. He's a Conservative. Hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know. Well, I
probably
know
just,
that,
you know, that was just an example. I
Faye
don't
and
know.
Claire
I don't know
from
what
Steps are
either
both-
of them vote. To be honest. All right, let's not get into it.
Yeah. I
Go
think
on.
Faye and Claire from Steps are both BNP members. I remember reading that somewhere.
That's
But I
so not
can't-
true.
I
That is
cannot be
so
certain.
untrue. He takes
Cannot
that
be
back
certain.
now.
I cannot be certain.
Right.
I think
That
it was
is
misread.
definitely untrue.
I read it on the net, and it's often wrong on the net.
Right. Definitely. He's going to retract that now. aren't you?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's almost certainly untrue. I read it on the net.
Oh right.
Yeah. And those things are always untrue.
Okay. All right. He's dissed the net now.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
dissed
God.
the net. I can't
you-
believe it.
did you
Let's
hear-
dig ourselves out of this hole now.
Well, Blue. Now I definitely can quote this because
Yeah.
I read it in the Sun.
Yeah.
Blue were being interviewed by Blue, the pop band Blue. All Rise. Have you bought that album yet, Rick? I imagine that would be on your
yeah,
Christmas
I
list.
like it. One for the money and a free ride. Yeah.
Anyway, Blue were being interviewed by The Sun for one of their on web chats by the lovable Dominic Mohan.
Yeah.
And for some reason they got around to September 11th, and one of the members of Blue said, again, church-like,
Yeah.
I think it's been blown out of all proportion. What about all the whales and elephants that are dying every day?
And the other band were going, shut up.
Yeah,
shut
it
up.
was brilliant. They gave me a
But they-
transcript of it going, shut up.
They had to do a retraction. He said, sorry, I didn't know. Oh,
Yeah, that was it. He said, I obviously I'm very passionate about whales and elephants, and perhaps a bit misplaced. All the proceeds that I'll receive from our next single, I'm going to give to the September 11th Foundation.
Yeah, and then he went, can I give some to the whales? And then you've done it
No,
again.
you've done it again.
Don't worry about the whales.
But this is what I mean. It's why are people asking the members of Blue,
Yeah,
or Atomic Kitten, what
Yeah.
they think about September the 11th?
I know.
They should just be working in a chippy. Those people, they're lucky to be on the telly. The Atomic Kitten girls, really? I mean, do they not look like they should be in a chip shop, or just hanging around outside an offie drinking
They
diamond white
will
cider?
be soon. They will be soon.
Oh.
Don't worry. Although Hearsay's new single, I dissed Hearsay before, but they've come out with a little poppy thing. I think.
Can I
they do
surprise you,
all right.
Rick? I
Go
prefer
on.
Liberty.
I prefer Liberty as well.
Yeah, a little bit funky, a little bit with more down with the kids.
Yeah. Anyway, XFM 104.9.
Once again, our opinions on current pop bands. If you'd like to have your...
Hold on, though.
Go on, shoot.
Isn't it about time for, a hip-hop track?
Have we got it? Can you dig it up?
Song for the Lovers would be good.
Song for the Lovers, let's have that.
I'll do that now. The song for the... Now, this is a beautiful song. It's by Simon and Garfunkel. It's only 1 minute 49 long. It's called April Come She Will. It's the song for the lovers.
Play it, Rick.
See, I'd quite like to put out a compilation like Song for the Lovers, maybe, you know what I mean? But I'm worried, obviously the title's ironic, we're taking the mickey out of those things, but quite serious about all the songs we play.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worried about if people perceive it a bit like Simon Bates' R-Tune album or something.
Steve Wright's Sunday Love Songs.
Yeah. But, lovely.
song.
Yeah.
When you think that you listen to like some dance track, you buy it and it's like 5 minutes long, the same thing, repetitive beats.
Yeah.
And then you hear that, 1.5 minutes, classic.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, have I made my point, Rick?
I think
I've bloody
so. Yeah. Oh, the youngsters today.
If anyone knows what my point was there, please give us a call.
phone in and he's made it well.
Yeah. Carl, have you got what have you got lined up for us?
Some R.E.M.
I don't
let's
hear
play
about
Strokes on XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
The K-Man.
Well, it's time for the... Well, I think people wait for this now. I never knew, really, since I was doing the show, that I actually had a bit of a knack for film reviews.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because...
I discovered talent,
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be asked soon by Barry Norman or Jonathan Ross to do something on that sort of thing, or maybe my own film. So I don't know. TV or...
The clock's ticking, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, okay. This week I've chosen...
well, wait a minute, let's play the jingle.
Okay. The film review and that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This week I've chosen My Left Foot.
Right.
Okay. Now, My Left Foot is a film about a bloke called Daniel Day-Lewis, who's all mental except for his left foot, right? And he has arguments. I can't remember. He has arguments with his dad, so I wasn't watching it properly. But even though he's mental apart from the foot, he does stuff with the foot that could do all over, and he uses that to his best. I think he might write a book or something off paint. And the moral of this story is, even if you've only got a foot that works, you can still win prizes because it won the Oscar.
Okay. Am I right in saying that you're bringing a book out of these collected, maybe for the Christmas market?
I think I might.
Yeah. I see there's obvious market
films
there.
reviewed, sort of, with it's a different outlook on it, isn't it?
A different approach.
I don't just sort of like stray.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's an approach that doesn't really use grammar, which you don't see that often in film reviews. But no, once again, what would you give it out of 10?
I didn't really concentrate. I can't remember a lot about it, but it won an Oscar. So I think it won an Oscar or something. So 9.
Okay, jolly good. That was My Left Foot, which is probably available on sell-through video, maybe in a bargain bin, $5.99, probably on TV this Christmas. That's to be confirmed.